first coming in last. Went to the bank, happy alive. Nigga fuck love, rather by rap. Nigga fuck love, rather by rap.
So we are an episode. Did you see the email, David? The way I titled it?
I did see that.
Yeah,
I don't understand why you did that, but whatever.
because Chris Middleton wears number 22. So we're on
If
episode
you're-
22.
You know who else wears number 22?
Don't care. Anyway, welcome. Episode 22. Fuck whatever David has to say. Hey, we're back. Sorry for missing last week, y'all, but we're back on the swing of things. So again, welcome all. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell as we go through our topics. Let us know what your thoughts are, what you agree with, what you disagree with, most likely something David said, and then we'll talk about it in the following week. So kicking off, I really like this question. It's a super interesting question on could you live without music, or could you what would you rather? So living without music or living without sports?
That's easy. Sports.
Yeah, that was tough, man.
No,
I mean,
but
like,
watching or playing sports.
It's sports,
both.
bro. It's everything's gone.
Damn.
I can't play basketball when I drive around. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna just have to watch basketball videos in the car, like while I drive around, like, cause I'm gonna take sports over music.
hey, nigga, you're not even into music like that.
I mean, like I'll dead ass. Sometimes I'm not even listening to music in the car. Like I'll put on or
That's weird.
I'll look up YouTube.
I'll watch our podcast in the car. Yeah,
I'll look up
Respect.
I'll look up YouTube videos of like.
but I'll
while
mute everything
driving?
Chris
Had it.
says.
Huh?
While driving.
No, I mean I live 5 minutes from work, so I find like a 7-minute video, from my crib
dangerous,
to
nigga.
work and in the parking garage before I pull out, and then just listening to sports analysts talk about something.
Calling the cops on you, bro.
Nah, bro, I don't condone.
That's an endangerment to society.
Woodcrest Certified does not condone YouTube searching and driving. Heard it here first. We're safe now. We
Like
can't
right
get
after
canceled
you
for
said
that.
that you do, nigga.
No, I said I did it in the parking garage, bro.
There's some other stuff while
Oh.
driving we do condone, though.
No, no,
Nah,
no,
no,
Yeah.
no, man.
Not at
Like
all.
focusing on the
No,
road,
nigga.
10 and 2.
He said we.
signals.
You,
He said we. That's a whole lot of friends. That's
I'm
you,
telling
nigga.
you.
I just told you the stuff that we condone.
What
You know,
the fuck,
obeying
bro?
the law.
That nigga just
But
threw us all in there, bro.
Even with the sports shit, I don't really like. I work out. I don't really hoop or nothing like that, so I can do without sports, I guess.
So it's really like up to me, I guess. I mean, I guess it's
Yeah.
between me and David, because one of you don't listen to music like that, rookie, and you don't watch sports like that, Peterson.
Nah, I listen.
it's really
I
just
listen
me
to
and
music,
David.
though. No, chill out. I definitely do listen to music. I'm just saying I'm not always listening to music when I'm driving. Like if I'm driving
like-
somewhere far, I'm listening to music. If I'm driving to work, I'll pull up a YouTube video.
All
before I
right, so
pull
like one of these professions pays you.
up. True.
So like you're out of the question here, right? Like
Yeah, it's a conflict of interest for you.
yeah, like it's not
True.
even-
Without
it's not
sports,
even
I
a
have no
debate.
job.
So it's really just me and David, and like I'm saying it's really fucking tough.
But you
'Cause,
gotta
like,
pick one.
sport-
Though.
Yeah, I think it is too.
Like sports, like our relationship is founded on sports, like Rick said.
Yeah.
Like I don't think we'd be outside and hanging out with each other if it wasn't for sports.
Yeah, but
But
we
they-
we answer this question as of now, not like ever.
Nah, it's
Right.
Yeah,
it-
but if
it-
you remove sports, then that changes like
Yeah,
the
it
whole
changes
impact
everything.
of our lives.
No, I'm talking about starting today. Like if we ask that question today at 31 years old, me,
nah,
would I
nigga, you
remove
make it you
sports or music?
Yeah,
you're
but
making
could
up your own rules, nigga. We're
Yeah, I'm
saying
saying,
the
could
you
sport never
imagine-
existed.
then that's
You're a
even
dictator.
worse. That's even worse. Could you imagine going 31 years of your life knowing of sports and knowing of music, and then it's taken away?
I wouldn't give a fuck about the sports. I'm like, I don't care. Like,
All right, whatever, bro.
it's alright.
You don't sit
That-
at home
that was
bored.
tough for me, bro.
No,
that shit's
I
tough.
don't. I don't watch sports. I'm saying music has a way bigger impact on my life than sports. As of today, I'm not taking away music.
I don't know if I can answer that one.
I'll
man.
just sing to
I
myself,
don't think-
dog. Like,
I don't think I can answer that one, bro. Yeah, I think I'm a pass on this one.
Nigga,
You
you
can't
have to
pass.
answer. Yeah, like
That's not an
you're
option.
making your
I'm
own
saying-
rule.
I'm
Like,
saying it.
I can't, nigga. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, nigga.
flip
Like,
a
I'm
coin,
gonna make up
nigga.
an
The
answer.
fuck?
Nah,
Heads,
bro. Like,
sports,
This man
tails,
said it's
music,
between me
like,
and David, and then he chooses to go indifferent.
nothing. Like, and then you call David a menace. That's a menace type.
Yeah.
Shit, like,
I mean,
For
nigga,
no
I
reason.
can't choose. Like, both of them are like,
yes, the fuck,
Like,
nigga.
they're
You got
really
two
high.
choices. You gotta pick one or the other.
nah, it's not two choices. I gotta eliminate one, nigga. Like, that's really fucking tough, bro. It's like you gotta kill your mom or your dad. Like, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
like,
mean,
but to me, that's easy.
Yeah, for me that's easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
But for most people that would be a difficult choice. Though, right? For most people that would be a difficult choice.
Hey, Dad, you gotta go.
And I'll send that nigga an email, bro.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, bro.
You're not even giving him the phone call. It's just like
Yeah.
you weren't selected.
I don't want
Moving
that nigga to
forward with
know my
somebody
phone
else.
number, bro.
I'm sending nigga the email on dial up too.
From a
like,
burner account.
he gonna get that bitch in the casket. Like,
I'll send that
shit
nigga a card, bro. I'm gonna be like, I don't think they have any like sorry I killed you cards, so I have to send him like a happy birthday card.
Mm-hmm.
You're just gonna write it on a sticky note. You're not even gonna get a card. Yeah, we went with somebody else for the position.
we decided to go in a different direction.
Yeah. P said he gonna tell his pops GG's. That's tough.
good game, motherfucker.
I guess so David, you're going music. Like you'll
I'll eliminate music and I'll stick to sports. One day I'll be able to play again, and then I really enjoy watching. Music, I can hum and shit like Kid Cudi.
Damn, low key
What
though.
are
What
you- what would you be humming, nigga?
I don't know, man.
Nothing.
Mary had a little lamb or some shit. I don't
That's
fucking know.
That's a
music.
song, bro. You don't know that.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll be like,
Wouldn't be
nobody's
doing
ever
shit.
made up music.
Damn, David's gonna create music.
I'll be
Yeah.
I'll be Beethoven, bro.
Nigga gonna invent music after music been eradicated. Like,
Yeah. Could you damn
Somebody got to do it.
low key though? What I just thought about is then like the dynamics with movies just changes completely too though. Because music
Yeah, movies
plays
start to suck.
yeah,
Yeah.
movie like music plays a
Damn,
huge
and
part.
movies is my number 3.
Yeah,
Oh,
so music.
yeah, it
sports,
gotta be
movies.
sports. Yeah, I gotta be
So
sports.
you
yeah.
have
Yeah, I gotta be sports. Yeah,
yeah.
I gotta be
Bro.
sports.
Hold on, you said movies is number 3.
Like in turn, if I had a list like my interests, like movies are my number 3.
Yeah, I put food up there first. I let it eat. So
well, first, I mean, what's your one?
Yeah, I don't
What's your
know.
1, 2, 3?
I said music. No, I say food, music, movies.
Oh,
Like,
so
are you
it's also
interested
number
in food, or you just I don't
Wait,
know.
so-
Like
So, wait, hold on. Can we talk about how you said you got movies 3 and Pete also just put it 3 and question you about movies being at 3?
No, like I'm just like no, fuck that. Like
You're not obsessed with eating? Like I don't know. I'm like a fat kid at heart, bro. Like
I mean, I feel like
Oh,
every
hey,
man would
man.
have sex at number 1, but that's not a hobby.
oh no.
I was gonna say
mean,
women. Women will be in my
Right,
top.
like that's not a hobby.
no, but I do try out new restaurants and travel.
'Cause you said
and-
interest.
Yeah, he did say interest, but
You said interest.
I didn't say interest.
I thought Pete. Whatever. It doesn't
how
matter.
is food not a hobby and niggas is foodies?
I mean,
What
I
the
always
fuck is
thought
a
foodies
foodie?
was fucking like I thought these guys
Yo,
were just
You
fucking
eat food? Oh, you're a
No,
foodie?
like,
yeah, like
they literally
fuck,
like,
everybody
like
eats food.
no,
I'm an
they're-
airy. I like
No,
air.
no.
Yeah.
like let's say you're
What
into
the
like
fuck?
donuts, right? And then Texas has like this crazy donut shop. They'll literally travel to Texas for the donut shop. That's a foodie.
That's pretty fucking silly.
Like
Like
going to
wow.
Texas for donuts.
like nigga, like if you were a chef and you enjoyed creating food, I'd be like, all right, that makes sense. But like,
I
to
mean,
eat food,
that's a different aspect of it though. Like
Yeah, but that's an
like-
actual interest. Like, what the fuck are you doing eating food? Like, I don't know.
And like it's an actual thing. You're a chef. It's like you prepare and serve meals. Being a foodie is I eat food. Like
I just eat
on,
food,
dog.
nigga. I eat food.
we're all foodies.
Yeah, but
Like,
some
we're all
people just,
foodies.
some
Do I have to
people
leave a
just-
Yelp
no.
review to be a foodie?
Some-
Like, is that what it is?
Some people just consume fucking like McDonald's and ramen noodles and bullshit all day. They're not
Like-
trying,
They're
like-
foodies.
Like, some people don't listen. Like, I don't make music, but a lot of people don't listen to music. A lot of people don't research music. Like, you literally have to eat to live.
which is true. That's hella true. But you don't have to fine dine to live.
Can you have a conversation about food?
You can.
Yeah.
You definitely can.
I can. I can be like, "What the fuck do you like to eat?" And they'll be like,
People
I like
have
this, that, and the
conversations
third.
about food all the time. Like, what's
Yeah.
your favorite restaurant? Like,
Nigga, like, so I've worked jobs where there was a lot of like free time and we talked a lot about food, but it was just like going around in circles. Like, yo, what are we gonna eat for lunch? And it's like, I'll love to eat this. And the next person will be like, I love to eat that. And this other person will be like, I went to this restaurant and tried that. And the other person's like, that's cool. And that's the end of the convo.
So Chris, the way that you deep dive and analyze
yeah.
like movies and music, like people do that with food, right? So
Right.
like people will talk about, I mean, look at like just for like Gordon Ramsay, right? It's talking about like the way you
He's a chef.
prepare. Yeah, but I'm
Chef.
talking about everyone like within his shit though, like within his bubble. So all right, fine.
Like,
eliminate
you talking
Gordon
about
Ramsay.
other
I'm saying-
chefs?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Move on
Yeah.
for that. But I'm just saying, like, the way that you feel about movies
Like, nigga,
and
just
shit, but that's how
imagine-
people analyze food, though, too.
No, nobody
I
does
think-
that shit.
I-
Nobody
yeah,
does that
people
shit.
definitely
Ima-
do.
I don't think food
Imagine
is that
taking-
deep, bro.
Imagine taking
To
your
you.
girl. Imagine taking your girl to a restaurant and she's like, they should have used more basil. Like, you might fucking just leave her there. Like, what the fuck is
Wait,
wrong with
You
you?
mean basil?
Or what?
Yeah.
Like,
This
they
nigga
need
say Brazil.
they didn't
It's like
put
Brazil
enough
without the
olive
R.
oil. They didn't put enough olive oil in this. It's like, okay.
Or,
Yeah,
Chris, I got one for you. I got one for you. What if they said it was too salty? You remember that? Do you
Nope.
remember that?
He said nope.
Damn, you're a bitch.
Or they might not do it the way you did it, or they'd be like, what's your favorite ramen spot? Like, and then I got one in Miami, like 1800 Lucky. That shit is fire, like fire, bro. Like,
All right, so like you like it, and then I'm like, what's your favorite dish there? And you're like, this is my favorite dish, and I'm like, I'm gonna try it.
yeah. And then we do that by other restaurants, weirdo. Like,
I don't know, nigga. That's a weird
Like-
ass interest.
like if we talk about brunch, I'd be like, go to Shooters, or you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want something that's like out there, go to Barton G's, like shit like that.
Barton G's, what's that?
Yeah, that's in Miami too. It's like a fancy, weird. They bring everything come out like big as fuck. Like it's different type restaurant.
Mm. Well,
I don't know. I don't think I've ever had an interesting conversation about food in my life.
Maybe because the people you talk to don't give a fuck about it.
yeah, we mostly give a fuck about like sports and music and movies, you know?
Hey, will you consider yourself a foodie?
Kinda. It's like when y'all talk about sports, I'm just like,
But if we talked about food, like you'd be more engaged. Because I could talk about food, like you know me.
if we talk about restaurants more, yes, not necessarily Brazil, like Chris said.
Brazil, dude. Yeah.
No, nigga. Like it'll be like, yo, you should try this at this restaurant.
This
It's
man said
good.
Brazil.
Or go to this spot,
crazy.
or yeah.
Yeah, and then that's the end of the convo.
Nah, the English language is Chris. I'm gonna defend you on the basil shit because like the way he said it, Brazil rhymes with Brazil, and if like you just remove the R from
It's the
Brazil,
same shit.
it's
Like I don't give a fuck. I don't like rookie can't count to
It's
like
like- it's
10.
like- it's
I don't,
like
I don't
love
give a fuck.
and
If he, like I don't give a fuck if he makes fun of my
Cove and dove.
pronouncing. Like
He said he can't count the 10.
you know, like if this makes you feel better about yourself, knock yourself out, nigga.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris, maybe-
Christopher.
maybe you're just not into food, bro.
Yeah.
Nigga, I eat 3 times a day. I probably eat more than all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
I'm kind of big nowadays.
Nah, I eat once a day, so you probably got me beat there.
Oh my god. I don't even know what the fuck is going on.
This guy's fat shaming himself, I think.
No,
I mean,
Chris,
is it fat shaming if you're talking about yourself, bro? Like, can you call yourself ugly?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
But would that be considered bullying? Would that be considered bullying though?
Yeah, bro. You can hurt
Self-hate,
yourself.
like, yeah.
Bullying is when you hurt someone. Like that someone can be yourself.
Well, like cyberbullying is a thing, right? Like
Yeah.
if they
Yeah, just
find out you're
turn the
cyberbullying, you can
computer
get like
off.
suspended from school, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm like, yo,
yeah,
I'm
probably.
fat, can they suspend me from school?
Probably not.
No.
If you complain
They
about it, maybe.
they may
Like, yo.
call in a fucking counselor to talk to you though.
Yeah.
Nigga, you need to lose weight. What is he gonna tell me?
No, they
No,
might
you
be
should
like,
love
yo,
yourself. Like, is
yeah,
everything
that-
okay? Like, why do you feel such and such about yourself or whatever?
Nigga, I'm fat.
You think
bro.
they
Like,
do that in
what?
school? I was in
don't know.
school. You know, I
A
never
long
spoke
time
to a
ago,
counselor.
nigga.
I never spoke to a counselor. Like, is that a thing? Like, is that real? Like,
Don't you remember you were a cool kid in school, bro?
no, I wasn't. Bro.
Uh,
I was mad regular, bro.
Like, I don't know why he takes so much. Like, you. Why do you want to be regular so bad?
Bro, I wasn't there. Oh, can we move on, please?
all right, it's okay. Do you guys want to go into athletes' impact on their city or music?
I
In
mean, we
contributing
got to
violence?
talk about the James Harden thing.
Yeah, that shit is wild. Sorry, Pete. I know you're not into sports like that, but
Yeah, fuck
Oh,
Pete.
my.
Still love you.
So I kind of feel like it's an interesting conversation to kind of tie it into the Damian Lillard thing discussion, but James Harden, bro, he's literally just running like away from all these contending teams because they just can't figure it out. And it's like, are you the problem or like what's the deal?
Wait. Time. Is James Harden, was he the problem in Brooklyn? Is that what we're, because
No, all right.
Really,
So they
that
were
was not-
when he left before Kevin Durant got hurt. They were what, the 6th seed?
No, he
no, they
left.
were
They were
top
the 8th
four.
seed. No, they were the 8th seed.
no, he said when Kevin Durant got hurt.
Oh, sorry. They were number 2, I thought, at that time.
They were top 4. Yeah, easy.
Oh, okay. All right.
And he was still upset with how shit was going.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like those.
Or if I had to guess, it would have to do with the Kyrie situation.
That doesn't make sense though.
They're winning games. Like, why is he upset?
It doesn't
that-
make sense that James Harden is bothered by Kyrie only being available for half of the
Okay.
games.
All right. So before James Harden got there, it was just Kyrie and Durant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We had
I
them
mean, when they were
locked into-
available.
David, can you mute your TV, please? Thank you.
Oh,
We had Kyrie and Durant locked into going to the finals. At least the rational people in this chat did, right?
I mean, I didn't, but yeah.
So why can't? Are you telling me James Harden and Kevin Durant don't have a chance at going to the finals?
Oh, absolutely they do.
They absolutely do.
Yeah.
So like, if you even take Kyrie out of the situation, they're still talented enough to compete.
Absolutely.
So why were there reports of him looking to get out before Kevin Durant got hurt? Even after Kevin Durant got hurt, like
I didn't read it. I didn't see anything before Kevin Durant got hurt. Well, although one thing that I think played a role in this was the Daryl Morey James Harden connection. Because I think I read somewhere that Daryl Morey had been pushing for, because obviously they were trying to get rid of Ben Simmons in Philly. So I think like Daryl Morey and them were like real persistent. And then I guess maybe that contributed to James Harden like swinging, or determined to like, yo, like, you get me out of here.
I'm
So, like,
less
in the
interested.
stuff that's happening in Brooklyn, plus him seeing like a landing spot where, he's got some type of familiarity.
So like, I'm less interested in shitting on James Harden and more interested in the fact that you're willing to defend James Harden but shit on Damian Lillard. That seems backwards to me.
But that's
I
the thing.
agree.
I'm not shitting on Damian Lillard.
I mean, you're telling me that he's running away from the grind. That seems like you're shitting on him.
I mean, like there's an argument to be made that by staying in Portland, where there are no expectations, can be considered running from the grind.
So what are we saying about Damian Lillard's character, though? Are we saying that he's not competitive enough?
No, we're
we
saying
that
he's
he doesn't
loyal.
want it enough?
No, we're saying he's loyal. He's been loyal. That's if you look up loyal, like Damian Lillard's got a picture in that shit. Like no one's assassinating his character.
I mean, that's what it seems like. You're saying that he's running away from some shit.
So what's the problem?
But he's being loyal because there's no pressure on him. He has no expectations to compete.
The problem or the thing that Chris is talking about is that it doesn't make sense to be praising James Harden for fucking homie hopping to all the contending teams and Damian Lillard not doing that and trying to build something out in Portland. And we're praising one and shitting on the other when the other should be the one that you praise more.
It should be backwards. That's backwards.
All right. So I think multiple things can be true. And it's like, it's evident that James Harden wants to win. Like, are we all in agreement there?
So like Kevin Durant wanted to win. Kevin Durant wanted to win.
Staying at his team, I'm lost. Jordan stayed.
All right, so to catch you up, Peterson, I know you haven't been keeping up like that. Like, basically, the team that Damian Lillard is on doesn't really have a chance of winning, and they've been rebuilding.
Yeah.
So, like, the argument is, like, Damian Lillard is, like, he's about to turn 30, I think, or if he's not already 30. Anyway, they're saying that, like, whatever the scenario is, he's probably not going to win there, and it doesn't make sense to stay loyal. But the alternative to that is just hopping on a super team. So what we're saying is that, like, if you don't hop on a super team and compete for a championship, you don't want it bad enough. And that seems backwards to me.
So can we say that shit about Allen Iverson then? If they're gonna say that shit about Damian Lillard?
Like when he hopped with Carmelo, like, yeah, like that's what he was doing. But like the thing about, I don't know, like Allen,
At that time, though, there were other teams in the West that were better than the Nuggets, and the Nuggets needed whatever help they could get. Like when Iverson went to the Nuggets, they still had to deal with San Antonio, the Lakers.
That was towards the end of his career. I'm talking about when he stayed on the Sixers and didn't go nowhere, right?
I mean, he dragged them to the finals and lost to Shaq and Kobe.
And he still stayed there.
And he still stayed there. He still resigned at least once.
So he wasn't competitive enough to try to win nothing.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So that statement about Dame don't make sense. It's weird.
Yeah. Really, Kenny was the one that I feel like he was shitting on Dame a lot harder than David, but they kind of have the similar viewpoint.
Yeah.
David's the one who brought it up.
Yeah.
If there's no expectations, there's no pressure, then there's no grind, right?
No, that's stupid.
Just because the outside world doesn't have expectations doesn't mean he doesn't have expectations for himself still.
You think Damian Lillard looked at McCollum and Nurkic and Covington and Norman Powell was like, I could win a title with these guys?
What you're insinuating is that Lillard is purposely avoiding winning, like trying to win. That's what you're insinuating.
No, my insinuation is that he's like valuing being loyal to Portland over actually giving himself a chance to win it all.
Yeah, but don't you remember how we were just shitting on people for like we shitted on KD for jumping on the Warriors?
Right, but that's a really unique situation.
It doesn't matter if it's unique or not. The intentions are the same.
Kevin Durant is a top 3 player and joined the team with the best record in the league. Like,
it doesn't matter.
It's unfair to Damian Lillard to compare his situation to that.
David, it doesn't matter. The intentions were the same. Like what you're saying is if you care enough, you're going to give yourself the best shot to win, right?
You can give yourself a better shot than you have right now.
Is that not what Kevin Durant did when he hopped on the Warriors?
Yeah. I mean, he had gotten to the finals with that OKC team.
Why? And he still left. Because the Warriors gave him a better chance, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So why do we shit on him?
Because he joined the team that set the record for the best record in the league.
We don't like what I told you in the chat is that it's just jewelry, bro. Like the title is just some shit that gets added to your Wikipedia page, right? Like if you win a championship at 40 or you win a championship at 30, you're still a champion, right?
Right.
But what we respect is your contribution, like the shit that you overcome. There's a
Okay,
reason
but
why there's a reason why we keep going back to the flu game. There's a reason why we keep talking about Kobe tearing his Achilles and still shooting that free throw, because these niggas are so competitive that it takes them to like a superhuman level. When you're just like, fuck it, this is too difficult, I'm gonna hop on the team that's gonna win me a championship, you're not being competitive. So what am I respecting?
while I agree with everything you said, when you mentioned contribution, what Kevin Durant did in the finals as far as contributing to winning was a lot. Like, I'm talking about the guy averaged 34 and back-to-back finals MVPs.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
But
it's
if he
like,
wasn't on that,
wow.
if he wasn't on that team, they would probably still have a chance to win, though.
Yeah.
Right? It's
I
almost
mean,
like
yeah, but
that
it's
was the
like
best
at the
team in
same
the
time,
world.
like the OKC Thunder had them down 3-1. Like, if they
And then
got
they
in that
came back
situation,
and won.
right? I'm saying, like, if Kevin Durant stays in Oklahoma City and they run into the Warriors again, like, knowing that they blew a 3-1 lead to them the previous year, like, you don't think like they'd have that on their conscience to be like, all right, we got to take these guys out this time? Like, I don't think
it
that's
doesn't even
too
matter. He left,
far-fetched.
nigga. He left, nigga.
Right, but
And he
you were
won 2
talking about
chips
if
because
Kevin
of
Durant,
it.
you said if Kevin Durant wasn't on the Warriors, I'm saying, like, if he wasn't on the Warriors, he stayed in OKC, and it was still him and Russ versus Stephen Clay, like, and they matched up in the playoffs again, like, the series could have gone to OKC, because I mean OKC was up 3-1, so it's not a guarantee that Golden State would have beaten OKC with Russ and KD.
Right, just like in 2019, where this nigga broke his leg and Clay broke his leg. Like, nothing's a guarantee. You can hop on a super team and still lose. The mandate
I mean, you just
has
take the Nets
Kyrie out.
last year. They were a super
Right.
team and they still lost because of injuries
No-
and shit.
Nothing's a guarantee. But Kevin Durant on the Warriors versus Kevin Durant on OKC, one of them has a significantly higher chance of winning a championship than the other.
Right.
And if we're saying we're respecting guys for chasing titles, then we should respect Durant for going to the Warriors, correct?
Facts.
I respect what Kevin Durant did in the finals, because I mean the move.
You're avoiding
the
the point that I'm making.
No,
You're
I feel
avoiding the
you.
point that I'm
The
making.
move was weak, but it's like the man carried his weight, and he had to
But the
carry
logic-
Stephen Clay too.
Hey,
You're saying the move was weak, but he's following the logic that you're explaining to me. You're saying that he wanted it enough to do it.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
then-
Like that's what I'm saying. It goes beyond that. It's about being competitive. Like, this is why people like Giannis so much, right? Like, it just happened to work out better for Giannis than Lillard, because the team was built better around Giannis. Giannis was on some like, I don't want to go to a super team. I want to win right here, and he did. Right? It
My
just so
dog.
happens. It just so happens that Lillard is in Portland, and it didn't work out for him. You know what I'm saying? If today Lillard was like, yo, I want to be traded, I want to go somewhere else, I wouldn't be mad at him. Just like when like Peterson mentioned Allen Iverson, when Allen Iverson gave his all to Philly, and after 10 years he's like, fuck this shit, I'm gonna try something different. No, like, nobody could be mad at him for that. But like, if Allen Iverson would have decided to stay in Philly, and people are like, oh, he doesn't want it bad enough, he's running away from the grind, like, that's a bullshit criticism.
Fact. LeBron did the same shit. He stayed in the Cavs and grinded, could not win shit. Then went to the Heat, won, went back to the Cavs, then went to the Lakers.
If LeBron would have stayed on the Cavs in 2011, nobody would have been like, yo, he a bitch for that. Like, we would have been like, all right, like, respect. You probably don't have a chance at winning, but I respect the fact that you're still gonna push it out. Like, all right, so in 2008, right? Like, matter of fact, even prior to that, like in 2006 or 2007, Kobe was demanding a trade from the Lakers. Right? And this is after he got his big contract. And the Lakers are like, yo, we're going to do something. Just hold on tight. And they ended up getting Paul Gasol. They brought in Ron Artest. They got Derek Fisher back. They built a little team. They went to the finals. But in the finals against the Celtics, Kobe ended up shooting like 31%, like a really low number, right? Like, he didn't, like, they figured it out. The Celtics figured out how to stop him, and they ended up losing the series. Kobe wasn't like, fuck this shit, let me find something else. He became a better leader. He figured out like where he fucked up. He fixed the problems. And then when he seen the Celtics again 2 years later, what happened? He beat them. That's the shit that we respect. Like, okay, like you overcome adversity. Like jumping on the team that's probably gonna win anyways. That's what are you doing? James Harden jumped on the number 1 team in the East. Like, okay, all right, cool. Like, if you win, like I don't give a fuck. Like, what does it mean? You just won on the team that was supposed to win.
I don't know. I don't think it's a guarantee that the Brooklyn Nets are set out to win. Honestly,
I mean, he's not on the Nets. He's on the Sixers.
I mean, even the Sixers with that duo, like I don't think like we're gonna have to see how it plays out because I don't think adding James Harden automatically makes them the favorites.
Nah, not at all. But like, it increases their chances a lot.
Yeah, I think it makes them better. I think both teams benefited, sort of. I mean, like both teams benefited, but it's funny that Morey asked for everything under the sun to trade Ben Simmons, and then he ended up coughing up picks and Seth Curry and
I feel like that's because he was locked in on Harden. From everybody else, he had a high asking price.
Yeah.
But then when it came to James Harden, he was like, "I'll give you Seth too."
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
Well, they needed Seth for the money.
What you said earlier makes sense. Like, there's definitely a Morey connection. Like I said, I'm not out to shit on James Harden. Like, that's not what my intentions are. But like to shit on Damian Lillard just seems like off. Like, all right, like maybe he's a little over loyal, but to shit on him like that's pretty shitty.
I mean, when you look at the grand scheme of things, like, do we want to look back at Damian Lillard and like say he was like, I don't know, what, Charles Barkley or T-Mac, like a great player?
You mean a Hall of Famer?
A Hall of Famer that didn't win it all. Like, I mean, didn't reach the mountain.
That's gonna be a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a lot of people, bro.
Yeah, like Allen Iverson didn't win.
Hall of Famer.
I mean, Damian Lillard is more than likely a Hall of Famer. But even in the Hall of Fame, like there's tiers. Dudes with the rings are higher.
I mean, like, is it because they have rings though?
Yeah, because like
they got there.
D Wade has more rings than Giannis, but like on the top 75 list, Giannis is ranked higher than D Wade.
Yeah, but he disagrees with that. Yeah, but he disagrees with that. Yeah, like that was a bad point to me. He doesn't fucking agree with that shit.
But I'm just saying, like, you as an example though.
Like, yeah, like it's not like Kobe isn't in the top 10 because he has 5 rings. He's in the top 10 because he's motherfucking Kobe, right? Like, if Kobe had 3 rings, he would still be in the top 10, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
yeah, most likely.
It's kind of like that thing when you talk about, like, when people talk about Jordan versus LeBron, they talk about Jordan's aura a lot and like everything like that comes with Jordan and his like celebrity and shit. Like Kobe definitely has that, which is why that automatically kind of propels him into that top 10. By the way, Steph Curry is going nuts in this All-Star game.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at that. I'm seeing that. Yeah.
This man's nutty.
He's from Cleveland. That's what it is.
Also, sort of unrelated note, David, I don't know if you ever saw that thing that Ty Lue said about that Warriors team. And I guess someone asked him about Steph Curry, and when they had KD and Clay, he said they still blitz Curry with those other 2 people because of how impactful he is. Just throwing that out there for you.
And how did that work out, bro? Kevin Durant averaged 35.
Yeah, but that just goes.
Kevin Durant will average 35 regardless.
Yeah. Yeah. Facts. Talking about players, I really like the discussion about like players' impact to a city, athletes' impact to a city.
You know who number 1 on that list is, bro?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Who?
Come on, dog.
No,
it ain't Giannis.
Yeah, but who is it? You gonna say LeBron?
It's LeBron.
Yeah,
of course, it's LeBron, bro.
Yeah, it gotta be LeBron.
Cleveland fucking went into a recession after he left. Twice.
Like, that's not even like he's not even exaggerating.
Yeah, I mean, the fuck.
Fair. All right.
Like, that motherfucker opened a school, bro. Like, yeah, it's not even a comp.
True.
I didn't even get to that. But yeah, I was talking about the economy, like, not to mention education. Yeah.
He did open up a fucking school out there. Why do we even have
Like-
that as a topic on here? Because it is clearly LeBron.
No, I think the point was to discuss like the type of impact the athletes do have on the city. Like honestly, like one of the most dominant areas in terms of like talent in basketball is Chicago.
Mhm.
And I think that's directly impacted for Michael Jordan. Like these kids all grew up watching him, and that's all they wanted to do was like enact them. And now you look at like some of the best players in the league right now, and there's a number of them that are from Chicago. You know what I
The
mean?
Illinois roster is fucking like all
It's
time
nuts.
is
It's
jam
sick.
packed.
It's
Look,
sick.
it's Illinois, it's California, and the I feel like it's fair to put the Carolinas together when comparing them to those two states just because of population. But those three, or I guess four, like their basketball roster is, I feel like top
Insane.
tier.
And the thing is that like when it comes to any talent wise, like if I told you California was top 10 in or top 3 in lacrosse players and in track and field and in whatever the fuck NASCAR, like California has such a gigantic population.
I'd be like, there's 50 million people there. Yeah.
Right. Like it's just like, I mean, Florida got a lot of talent, but again, compared to a lot of other places, we're pretty fucking big. The fact that like Illinois is producing that level of talent, being like mid-tier in terms of population, is pretty impressive.
Yeah, right. And the same thing goes for the Carolinas too, I feel like.
So the impact shouldn't go to Jordan if you said all that.
No, you're talking about.
No.
I think Chris brings up a good point. The way to look at it is just the impact level they have, the athletes have to cities and shit. And kind of just thinking about the earlier of sports versus music. Like sports plays a big part into that as well when you talk about economy into cities and states as well, and like how valuable
Music
that
does
is.
too.
I
Yeah.
have somewhere I
Like,
want to take this too.
Go ahead.
Like, what do you think is more impactful? Is music or sports?
Music.
Sports.
I think sports.
Okay, like
Well, I
when
don't
you
know.
say
It's tough because they
Now,
go hand in hand. Like
let Peterson make his
benefit each
point. Like
other.
how do you think music makes more of an impact?
I say music just because, like, in a culture standpoint, like Michael Jackson, niggas want to be Prince, Aaliyah, Tupac.
I mean, niggas wanted to be Allen Iverson and Michael Jordan too.
No, but I get that too. But I'm talking about, and this man, look at behind this man, music. These niggas rock certain types of shit, and even though I'll say that's synonymous with music and sports.
They
I
go
say
hand in
both.
hand,
I say
Yeah.
both with shoes, but I just feel like the culture is way
Fashion.
bigger.
Yeah.
Fashion, yeah. I say culture is bigger in music culturally.
What do you
Like
think has
pop
a
culture.
bigger economic impact though? Because I think it's sports hands down.
But music
if
is
you-
a
if you-
multi-billion-dollar corporation too now, like Sony, UMG, and all.
Yeah,
With
but
With
like,
culture,
sorry, go
I
ahead.
mean,
David.
we have several billionaire musicians. How many billionaire athletes do we have?
A decent amount.
Floyd Mayweather,
Jordan,
Okay.
Jordan,
Jordan.
LeBron.
Is
Tiger
LeBron
Woods?
a billionaire?
Mhm.
Nike
Is he a
gave him
billionaire? Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure he's.
Nike gave him a lifetime deal, dog. That shit's more than $1 billion worth.
Over his lifetime. They didn't give him $1 billion up front.
Nah.
I mean, the details of that contract never really came out. The only thing I ever read on that was like if you guessed it was $1 billion, like you'd be short.
So
I don't think he has $1 billion right now. I think Jordan has $1 billion right now. I don't think LeBron has.
So
Jordan
with the
does.
question, hold on. With the question, Chris, you saying there's more musical billionaires than sports billionaires?
Yes.
So
Really? I know there's Jay-Z.
Kanye, Rihanna.
Kanye's a
Kanye.
billionaire?
Kanye's
Yeah,
a billionaire.
Rihanna.
definitely. Rihanna.
Yeah, Kanye got like $2
It's
billion.
definitely.
Well,
yeah,
didn't Rihanna?
no,
Hasn't Rihanna really come up in the cosmetology game?
Yeah.
the music.
Yeah,
And,
but
and
But
the-
yeah,
Yeah.
it was the music that propelled her to
without
that
the
point.
music, she wouldn't even been in the cosmetology at all.
She's
Like,
in the
Dr. Dre?
the
Dr.
lingerie
Dre.
or the underwear game too.
yeah.
All right, but when I
But I
say,
guess I feel you. The music is what propelled
but
her.
when
to
I
get
say
the exposure.
economic impact, I'm not talking about like people's their own pockets, but I'm talking about like in their communities, right?
music.
Now, how does music How does that work? Like, explain to me how that has a bigger impact than sports.
Which economically, how not like you
Okay, so
saying
like for
like
example,
is the point that you're making, Rookie, is that sports creates more jobs?
correct.
like because
Absolutely, it does.
it's a whole bunch of people on music, bro. And
All
I
right.
can understand you got a more insight because you're into sports.
Yeah,
but
so like let me
it's
give you an
a-
example. Right? But before 2018, we were playing in a shitty ass arena. Now, going into the 18-19 year basketball season, right? First of all, the jobs that were created by building the arena, construction wise, also all companies located here in Wisconsin, so not outsourcing that way either. So there's that. Then you talk about, and that it's like a 500 or 450 million dollar arena as well, right? So then you're talking about those jobs to create the arena. Now the arena is built. Then you're talking about the staffing. There's way more staffing in this arena than there was in the old one, right? Then you talk about downtown itself, because we built an entire little like plaza where there's more restaurants now. There's like another retail store. There's other bars as well. And then there's jobs that are relocating to Milwaukee because it's becoming a more vibrant type of area. Like the whole Milwaukee itself,
but
like around the arena, has got all redone. So
you
that's
saying
creating mad jobs.
you saying all that, but that's like you ever heard of Motown? You've heard of fucking Death Row Records. You heard of Jay-Z shit. Yay.
Yeah.
They creating jobs. They got buildings. Even music, the IT department in music got thousands of jobs alone, just in IT. Not counting songwriters, producers, people that mix and match, people that make music videos. Like
Yeah, but that's also, I feel like that's more like
that's still music.
that's more narrowed focus. Like it's certain type of people that are going into those professions. Like
Bro,
you're not gonna hire some random dude to be your producer, right? It's only someone who wants to be a producer.
It's whole
into
fashion
it.
shows that's created around music. Kanye have a whole church around music. Like
Yeah, and Nike basically propelled their entire empire off of Jordan. Like I think I got to side with Rookie here, because I hear the points that you're making, Peterson. You're making a lot of good points, but like Rookie said, like there's not a bar that can support themselves just because they're parked across the street where musicians play.
but that's one aspect of it, which is true. But
Like
then
like a lot of business happens downtown because the Orlando Magic Arena is there.
but a lot of business, a lot of
debatable.
business happens
Ain't
downtown.
debatable. It's definitely for
A
sure.
lot of business
Nah, downtown
happens
Orlando's
downtown.
popping, bro. Regardless
Clubs,
of the
yeah,
Magic.
like you know what I'm saying? Clubs and music and alcohol and restaurants that stay open to sober up and a whole parking garages to park to get to the club.
But like what do you think, like how much more money do you think is spent because of the Orlando Magic? Like how many people end up
Maybe
downtown?
the facility, the Amway Center.
I'm saying, yeah, but then these guys leave and they go do other shit.
So,
like how much of these people would have ended up downtown if the Orlando Magic wasn't there?
a
and
all of
lot
them.
because
So
Nobody
niggas
cares
club,
about.
listen,
Nobody
niggas
cares
club-
about the Magic.
niggas club Monday through Sunday, literally.
all right, but you're talking. All right, listen, but you're talking about an area like Orlando, which obviously it's a lot
It's
more
diverse.
It's diverse. It's touristy. Like you're doing other things. I'm talking about Milwaukee, Wisconsin here, right? Fucking,
but-
but look.
Now we're going into nuances now
No,
because
but no, I'm giving you an example though, right? Because like just in look of this playoff run, like when Game 6 of the finals, there was 300, like 3 to 400,000 people outside the arena.
Outside.
Outside
it's,
the
outside.
arena.
it's
So
the
like,
same shit at
but I'm saying-
Coachella.
yeah, but then what are you
Like-
what are you doing? What are
Or
those
a
people-
Travis Scott concert.
Yeah, Coachella is
Damn, that was
Yeah,
bad.
but that's
Sorry.
all
For
within.
4
That's all
days.
inside the arena too. Yes, that's all. I get what you're saying too as well. Because when those events come in, like there's
the
hotels,
hot dog vendors.
there's
and
hotels and all that shit. But during the playoff run here, and there's an actual article about it. I can send it to y'all. There was $50 million of impact just from the playoff run within the city.
Which I get that part because sporting events generate crazy. The Daytona 500, I think it's like this weekend or something like that in Daytona.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. It's fucking
and
nuts.
they going bonkers. Like it's
Fucking
motherfuckers
nuts.
from St. Pete's all the way down to Daytona is just coming down here because they don't want to stay in Daytona directly because it costs a lot. So they coming from Orlando all the way down. You know how many cities in between that motherfucker? Which I get, but niggas is doing the same shit for Coachella. Like this niggas coming from Europe, Australia, goddamn Africa to go way to Coachella. Like
The difference is that Coachella happens once a year?
no, but you know how much music festivals happen yearly? Like there's probably
And
one
there's-
every other weekend, literally.
And then there's like 82 regular season games.
per fucking team.
Then not even counting Coachella. Now we talking about individual artists, their own concerts that they throw. You know how many artists is out there too?
You know how many of those artists are also performing in sports arenas?
Which I get, but they doing venues and clubs and all that other shit
I get
too.
that.
Yeah, Bad Bunny at the Amway, you know, attracts more of a crowd than the Orlando Magic at the Amway.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
But that's
with you.
specific to the
I think-
Amway.
I mean, I think if you just stood on mic, if you stood on stage with the microphone, I think you would get a bigger crowd from the Orlando Magic.
Wow.
Wow, thanks, man.
Yeah.
But I feel like I don't know. I feel like that could go hand in. I feel like both have a major impact.
Like really, like the difference. If it was totality, it'll probably be music because, like you said, there's like a bunch of artists. But like I think per capita, it gotta be sports.
But then why we breaking?
Yeah, because
why
we just
wouldn't-
talked about basketball.
Why wouldn't we do
There's
totality? though?
football, there's baseball, there's
I mean, if
soccer.
we're comparing what like, oh yeah, and then there's a bunch of other oh nah yeah. it
There's a
gotta
whole
be
bunch of
sports.
genres of music. Like it's the same shit.
Oh yeah, no, that's true.
Like it's
yeah,
really
fucking,
shit.
but
Reggaeton, Afro
yeah,
beats,
techno music. These niggas like fill up entire like.
Yeah.
Football
Yeah.
stadiums. Yeah,
And
yeah.
I went to
that EDC
techno
shit been going
concert.
crazy.
Yeah, EDC
Yeah.
is bonkers.
But it's
bro.
true though.
Like,
That shit's only a weekend out of the year.
Lollapalooza. It's
But
so
like,
much
how much?
different.
But how many jobs do those generate though?
A
Like, that's what
lot,
I'm
bro.
saying.
A lot
Like
because
what? Like
even
what?
even within that alone, and I'm in the IT realm, every type of concert has some type of senior project managers, IT out the wazoo, just IT alone.
Bro, look at how many IT people it takes to run an arena though too.
Yeah,
which is
like those same
true.
things. Yeah,
But that's
can
what I'm
be
saying,
applied to
then-
the arena.
Then food is the same shit with arena music.
All right, so then when you talk about like these events, right, it could create jobs or there's like jobs coming, but how many of those jobs are, you know, temporary things just for those events because they need help, right?
But they still consistent though.
They're consistently
Yeah, I
like
mean,
once
if-
a year.
If,
No,
if you,
but
if,
see now you doing that's like saying the NBA championship is one shit, no fucking shit.
Yeah, but the NBA
Nah, nah, but, like,
playoffs is like a
nah,
whole
nah.
1 or 2 months.
No, but like there's a point to be made there though, right? Like Travis Scott comes and you're gonna fill up a whole arena, but like the next guy isn't
For a
gonna be
night.
Travis Scott.
But what if the next
Like-
guy's Jay-Z?
No,
What
like
if the
all right,
next
cool.
guy
So
is
the next guy,
Beyonce?
the next guy is Jay-Z, and then the third guy is some
It's
no-name
Beyonce.
guy.
Like, but
All
I'm
right, so
saying
the third person is Beyonce, and then the fourth person is some
it's
no-name guy.
Rihanna.
Nah,
Like,
bro.
it's
You're just
Lil
naming the
Wayne,
biggest
it's
stars.
I'm
Eminem.
saying,
No,
Yeah,
but
you're
it's-
just naming
but
the
it's-
biggest
It's a
stars.
lot of big. It's just like he's naming the biggest events. We could do the same
No-
shit, go tit for
no,
tat.
yeah, but
no,
them
no,
shits
no,
don't
no,
go
but
back to back to back like that though.
Yeah, like if we're talking about the House of Blues, like how often do they have 4 of the biggest stars back to back?
No, but then that's when we go into nuance. The House of Blues might not have it, but then some other shit in New York has it, or some
No,
other shit
no,
in
but
Jersey, or
If we're talking about the city of Orlando, we're
Yeah.
talking about like where do they perform the most? Usually like the House of Blues, the Amway Arena, things like that, right? Like
Yeah,
we might have Mark Anthony who will have a sellout crowd,
Mhm.
but then the next weekend is gonna be probably some no-name person.
Toby
Yeah,
Keith.
but
You might have to wait a whole month and a half before you get somebody like that people recognize.
It ain't gonna be Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny gonna come to Orlando one time and he'll be back next
One
year.
time
hopefully.
and he's gone.
so then let's just again nuances. Let's use the Bucks. How often are y'all at capacity? How many
Uh,
games out the year?
so far at least
Why don't we use the Miami Heat? The
So
Miami
this-
Heat sell out every night. in Miami.
This season's a little different, but like the season before COVID, we were like 56 straight games in sellouts.
Miami sell out every night.
And how much is?
Hey, on paper we sell out every night too, David. That don't mean shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying if y'all
But-
fully sell out, how many people is in that shit? Like in
18,000 people.
totality? Which, oof, that's hefty. That's a lot of bitches.
P,
Bro.
I was gonna say if you compare, so if you just take music and put it in one column, and sports and put it in another, and then in the rows you got jobs created by IT, jobs created by food and beverage, jobs created by just general staffing, jobs created by marketing, jobs created by the people behind the scenes. Like, I think the total at the bottom is going to be larger for sports.
Yeah, I think I definitely I'm 1,000% leaning towards sports.
They both multi-billion-dollar industries, regardless. So difference in millions at the end, I don't know what that is. More research, but I feel like y'all underestimated music too.
No, it's not underestimating.
No, it's just we're comparing it to an even bigger giant.
Yeah.
Like, music is a giant itself, but sports, I feel like, is even a larger giant.
Like
it's also the consistency and the fact that you can market it a lot easier.
No, but with that, when we speak on both, we got to go in totality at the year to date, like we do we both in sales, like we just do it different. The year to date totals, let's just say music is 8.5 billion and sports is 8.6 billion. What do you think is the difference? You think sports is 8.2 billion a year? I'm just throwing a number, and music is 5 billion a year.
All right, but again, that's not a number I care about. I don't care about that. I don't care about the numbers that they're generating. I'm talking about the shit that they're generating for the cities and creating for the cities that they're in.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm using the numbers. Like, let's just say we generate income in totality when the year is over. The fiscal year is over, right?
Mm-hmm.
10 billion for sports, 5 billion for music. You think the gap is that wide? That's all I'm asking.
I'm not necessarily saying it's that wide. I couldn't tell you 100%, but just from my experiences, I could tell you from what I've seen that the impact with sports is a lot heavier.
I wanna Google the fuck out this shit. This is
because it's like, and then you take it like, why don't we just take a city and just compare two cities? Like, let's say Atlanta. Let's do Atlanta.
Atlanta's a terrible example because they have 3 sports teams. Like, the problem is that all these sports teams are all in. No, the problem is that all these sports teams are all in the same goddamn cities.
You can do New York. Well, I mean, that's got a fuck ton of teams.
They got a bunch of teams, right? Like, if you're comparing like Louisville to Atlanta, like Louisville obviously is gonna have more music income because they have no sports teams.
No, I would argue.
Lamar Jackson went to Louisville.
Yeah, I would argue that Louisville College is going to generate more money than music out there.
Than whatever concerts they have. I mean,
you could go to Kentucky. Jack Harlow is from Kentucky. You think Jack Harlow is creating more revenue than the Kentucky Wildcats? I don't.
Nah, but like, what do you think? Oh yeah, now they are. Yeah, not for sure. I killed that point before I even brought it up. Yeah, it's done. And then I didn't even consider fucking college sports. Like, nigga, like, there's no way music is generating more money.
Let's say Goldman Sachs estimated the entire music industry revenue, live recorded and publishing, to increase from 62 billion in 2017. That's bread.
That's still not answering our questions, though.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. But I don't think it's more than sports, though.
Let me look at sports.
Yeah, sports.
Like, I honestly,
NCAA too. Yeah.
Like, I honestly think the NCAA is bringing up like 25 or 30 billion by itself.
Yeah.
That shit's nutty. So, I'm going sports. Sorry, Pete. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah, that's right. We were talking about professional teams too. We didn't even incorporate college teams.
Yeah,
too.
like I didn't even think about college sports.
Dude,
I don't even think it's close, bro.
And just even think about like small ass cities like Texas, for example. They shut down the whole city just for fucking sports.
For a high school game, aren't they?
No, I'm saying in Texas they do that. motherfucker.
Oh, yeah, I got you. No, you said Brazil,
I-
nigga.
I
You're
read
making fun of
somewhere-
Brazil. Fuck you. Fuck
You
you,
said
bro.
Brazil.
I read somewhere that in Cincinnati they canceled school the Monday following the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nigga, they did. They did. It's a big ass deal.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can you be happy for in Cincinnati? Like,
Yeah, but the beauty of this conversation is that like these two industries like they go hand in hand, dog. You go watch a basketball game or a football game, like they're playing music from the big ass speakers. They're using the
there's a lot of
facility
overlap.
to play, for Bad Bunny to come and sing for his people. Like it's fire, dog. But I
Yeah,
think
man.
sports is
And
generating a higher revenue.
music go into sport, but it don't normally go the other way around. But I still think y'all sleep on music because
Now,
No,
music
I'm
is
not
a
really on
giant.
it.
Music is a giant. In the entertainment industry,
just
music
like-
is a giant.
just like
It's
y'all
just not as big
said,
as sports.
you ain't let me finish. Just like y'all said, there's different levels to sports, like professional, college. It's still different level. It's local artists generating income. Like
Yeah,
niggas
but
do.
like, but like,
Well,
it's
who-
negligible though. It's negligible.
What you mean?
Like these local artists, how much money are they adding though?
Are they selling out the Amway?
Yeah, but if you using one local artist versus dog, every nigga I know in Nike is a fucking rapper. You know what I'm saying? So now you use 100,000 local artists that's performing for 50 people, nigga. 100,000 top 50 gonna add up quick.
Like Disney
Yeah, but
so
owns
is
ESPN,
18,000
nigga.
people, bro.
artists.
Like,
So 18,000
Disney
people.
owns-
Pete.
Yeah, like Disney owns ESPN. Like that's saying something. Like,
And Disney own a lot of music production shit too. But it's saying something.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
Most of their movies is fucking musicals.
Yeah, but like they don't own. Yeah, but they don't own the
Like-
productions. But they don't own the production studios that generate the music.
You don't think so? That's making the
No.
music like Aladdin and all that shit.
Like
You don't think-
Tarzan was made by Phil Collins. Phil Collins made the music through his production studio that he
And
signed to.
every song that played in Tarzan was Phil Collins.
Yeah, he made the
He made
entire
the soundtrack.
But I'm saying, so he was the only artist on that shit. On
And
that
like
whole
let's
song.
say he's 18 out of the 19. What's the point that you're making?
Yeah,
No, I'm just
regardless,
saying-
all that money is
No,
still
but-
Phil Collins. That's not
but I'm-
generating
It's still
revenue.
It's not-
for the
going
city.
to it's still going to Sony.
It's not all that money anyways because they do production deals, weirdos. Like they don't do that shit.
Regardless, like Phil Collins is signed to like I don't know what it is, but let's say it's Sony. Like
But-
Sony doesn't belong to Disney.
But I'm just saying,
ESPN belongs to Disney.
but I'm saying that's just one movie. I'm saying almost Disney released like fucking 18 of their musicals every year, nigga.
I don't think they own any of those studios that create the music.
Not one of them.
I think they just partner with these studios to make the music. It's just like Marvel and the music that they make. They don't own these studios. They just we're gonna contract you to make our music. You know what I mean?
No, of course. It's just like with the Black Panther soundtrack, it was, somebody
it
else
was
that
a bunch
did
of
it.
people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I think music is big, bro. Like that shit
It
is
is. It's-
everywhere.
No, it's absolutely it's
That shit's
gigantic.
literally
Entertainment
everywhere,
industry,
like-
it's a giant.
This is
dog,
why
for
it's so
sure.
insane where sports is at. Like that it dwarfs music. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
sports is insane. Like there's people in the middle of the country that's all they do. Like sports is their life. They'll go to a fucking college football game and murder somebody there and
Oh my
be
god.
completely proud of themselves.
That got really dark, bro.
I know, bro. What the fuck?
Did it? I don't know. Maybe I
Oh
drank too much.
shit. Anyway, hey, so we're pretty much at time now as it is. Any final thoughts? Any last things you guys want to say before we wrap
I
this
think
up?
all the points have been made. I think we have exhausted all the topics.
Yeah. All right.
We're gonna have to do a better job of coming up with some new ones.
We'll get it. We'll get it. Hey, and that's what, hey, viewers, comment topics that you would like for us to discuss. Like, comment, let us know your thoughts, let us know topics. And yeah, we could bring up a topic on the next episode. All right, guys, appreciate you as always. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Peace.